So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is part 2 of using Derwent watercolour pencils in the Daydreams colour book, and I'm using them slightly differently than before. I'm using them quite strong. So normally I use a little bit of colour and manoeuvre it around with a brush, but I decided that I would scratch quite a lot of colour on and then kind of deepen up the shades so they've got some really nice vibrant colours. And if you think that that was done with the Inktense blocks, this is done with the Derwent watercolour pencils. But this is an old set, so the new ones now are different colours. So what I thought I would do is possibly buy another set of more modern Derwent pencils. So I'm going to have a vivid green, I think. I can't decide about whether to do the toadstools the same colours or whether to do them differently, because these are slightly different. I might do these a red instead of a pinky red. But there seems to be lots of purples about. I'm going to look at the greens. I've got the green ones have there's a mineral green. I want a really deep, kind of a deep green. Oops, I've got an avalanche going on here. Cedar green looks quite nice for this particular one here. And because I'm using them quite kind of vivid and strong, I can use my little sketchbook for a tester. So I'll see what that does. Quite like that one. I've got a snake actually. I was going to do a red and green snake. So I've just thought, I bet that's a nice colour. So the mineral green, I'm going to do the snake, I think. So that leaves me with the cedar green. And right, so we've got sap and cedar and may. So I wonder what kind of combination that's going to give us. It's going to be okay. I think that's going to be fine. I might actually forget the green and just go with white. That's how I've been doing it before, is actually scribbling white at the ends. Now it's a bit harder on your fingers, but I think that should look quite good. Oh, there's one there, look, it keeps going down there as well. And it is a bit harder on the thumbs, I have to say, because you're scratching colour in. And I have the next colour. I don't know, I shouldn't have done that one. I think I might have. Oh no, I've done it now. I like the cedar green would have been nicer, but never mind. It's done. And I'm going to actually pull out that deep purple, I think, or the indigo. I think I'm going to use the indigo as the dark shadow, and I think that's going to make these colours kind of be very, very bright. So I thought I'd keep going with this because I wanted to get it finished. And so I wanted to kind of get this in here. So quite surprised that these colours are as vibrant as they are. Oops, there's another one here, look. I think it does. Yes, I think it does, Claudia. It stops the... Whereas before I do that tiny bit of colour and then I manipulate it across, it stops that. I don't know what I used it on. I think I used it on that side. Just... I used it on the mushrooms, so it just gave it that hint, I think. So I'm going to activate it and then I'm going to put a little bit of colour in then as well. So you do the white first. I think I've picked up a bigger one. Yeah, I picked up number 3 instead of number 2. Where's number 1? That's over there hiding. Yeah, so oops, and again what I should practice what I preach. You have to clean the brush every time because touching white and then manipulating it, that green's gonna contaminate the white to make it a green colour. So although it's just a lovely pale, it's going to knock that white from the next one down. So you do have more work doing this way. You have to clean your brush every time. This bit is the same. the white down. So if you activate the white and then you activate the green, unfortunately you do have to clean your brush every time. But they dissolve quite nicely. They're very, very creamy watercolours once they've been activated. So they blend very well. You know, they're like the near colour twos. It's just in a harder pencil form, but the same hardness almost. So you take the white where you want it and then you activate the green and then you have to wash the brush. So I like these bolder colours. And then because it's watercolour I can go in again, so I'm going to go in with a darker purpley colour. Just a hint of colour on those. See, I keep doing that with this brush. So pop that into there. So I'm popping that into there, and it's getting stronger and stronger, so that sometimes you can look at them and think, you know, are they ink tints? are quite vibrant. And if you don't clean the brush every time, you lose that white end. So sorry, no idea what he's barking for. Oops, that's far too wet. Grumpy Pants. He's out. There don't seem to be any drawn behind there, so that seems to be it. So quite like those, quite dark. It would work with the Intense White. Sorry, Claudia, I've just read what you put. Yeah, it will work with the Intense White. So we've got some bigger greens now here. They'll go behind these. Oh, we're looking at the green, the mineral green. I don't know how to do him. I might do him the same. I might do him kind of dark around the outside and light on the edges. So what I want to do is get that indigo and the liner brush, the very small one. And I'm guessing just kind of, well, I can do two things. It's dried now, so I can either just so it's not that dark, but of course once I touch it, it's kind of activated it a bit. But there is a difference between the top view and the bottom, so I quite like that. I don't normally use the white, as I say. This is a new thing for me, is using black and white. It's just recently I've started using them. I've always made my own and never bothered so much with white. I've always used the white of the paper. I just thought this page could be, I don't know, I just decided to do different dark pages. I was disappointed with the other page I was doing earlier, so I thought I would carry on with this one. So it's quite nice to just scribble a bit in. So I'm used to doing soft watercolours where you don't have a big contrast between the darkest colour and the lightest. So this is taking me out of my comfort zone. I don't think I've ever done this before. So it's always quite nice to do something a bit different. nice to get that rich contrast. But it does play havoc with your thumbs, I have to say. Yes, thank you. Yes, they kind of grow on me as well. I like them. I like my very soft ones, but this is kind of a, as I say, a little bit kind of gothic-y, a bit steampunky. Kind of like it. It's a bit stronger than I normally do, so it's and it shows the versatility of the pencils, which is what I wanted to do. Is to show that they are a watercolor. They are a pure watercolor. They just happen to be in pencil form. And they make wonderful washes, and again you can mix lots of colours together, so they're very, very good for that. Yeah, okay. So that's a little bit further on. That was a very short video. But I like the fact that these are really, really dark colours. Sorry about it's out of focus. For that, so join me for the next part of this page, and thank you for watching.